Okay, so we're gonna record this because for training purposes as well, okay, Siaka? But
All
this
right.
is so important. Okay, so you're young, right, Siaka?
Yes.
When you are young, we know we have a lot of time. We do know that, right? So
Yep.
later when I ask you, what don't you have the most? Please don't tell me time. You know, when I ask you, what don't you have the most? Please don't tell me it's time. But I know you're gonna get older. Well, there's one curve. So we're trying to draw the X, right? One curve says that, you know, there's a line, something called responsibilities. Wouldn't you
Yep.
agree with me that when you're young, you have a lot of responsibilities?
Well, young as in 19, I have some
No,
responsibility.
right. Siaka, not
Yeah.
yet. You're gonna get
No.
there.
Yeah.
But you're gonna get there. But so far you still have decent amount. You know, you already have your
Some
student
freedom.
loans, right? But here are some, you know, wouldn't you agree with me that, you know, we, you know, especially I think around like maybe in our 20s or 30s, some people get married a little bit later, then they have responsibilities a little bit, you know, later. But to tell you the truth, there are a lot of responsibilities. For me being Chinese and, you know, for us, we've always been taught we want to be taking good care of our parents. We've always been like, hey, we are our parents' retirement money.
Right.
Have you ever heard that before?
No, I haven't, but
Well,
I hear it.
that's our culture. Our culture
Mhm.
has always been, hey, we gotta, you know, take good care of our parents. We are their retirement. I am
Right.
very blessed that we're able to, you know, start doing that for our parents. You know,
Yeah.
primarily for Michael's, you know, mom and dad, but also, you know, my mom and dad. You know, we give money to them every once in a while as well, right? So here we understand there's going to be responsibilities when you're having a children, when you're going to have child or children, right, Siaka?
Yep. Hmm.
And then you already have student loans,
Right.
true?
That's very true.
And it's not little either.
Nope.
Eventually you're going to have a house and you're going to get mortgages, right?
Hope so.
Hope so. Better. And then you have what? Car, note. Well, you're lucky you're getting a car without a note.
But still insurance though. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, car insurance. You cannot escape that. It's pretty expensive, especially when you're young.
Yeah.
Right? College education. That's if you want to plan for your kids too. I believe most parents want to do that. So
Yeah.
have you put any thoughts in that, Siaka, yet or not yet?
Maybe not any thoughts, but that's something I definitely want to do.
Okay, good. Sounds good. You know, credit card debt, you know, some people have trouble with that. So it becomes a very big burden because compound interest of a negative interest. Siaka, since you're just getting started, never, ever, ever, ever get into it, please. This is why we're spending this time to talk about this.
Of course.
There's also what cost of living. Learn all those Chinese right now, Siaka.
Right.
Cost of
Processing.
living. Uh-huh. Right? We just talk about your cost of living. You just talk to me about, you know, your Xbox, your Netflix. You know, you just talk to me about
Right.
all your living expenses, your soap, your lotion, your shampoos too, right?
Right.
So that's what we're talking about. We haven't even talked about utilities in there, but these are responsibilities. Wouldn't you agree with me that, you know, when we're young, we do have a lot of responsibilities? I know that you're not fully there, but you will. Don't you think that
Right.
you're going to have all of this?
Yeah, of course.
But during this time, when we're young, we're always trying to build our wealth, right?
Right.
As we're building wealth, these are all the hurdles. You know, we want to build our wealth. These are all the hurdles in our life. And it cannot be like, oh, it's inevitable. It's not like, hey, I'm not going to have responsibilities. You won't want to do that. You'll be
Right.
inhumane if you ever do that, right? So if that's the case, as you're building wealth, you also have to combat this, right? Well, how do you build your wealth? Well, you gotta, you know, I mean, you really do build your wealth, you know, years later. You know, your parents, if you're not going to be around, your children are grown up. You know, getting rid of your mortgage, getting
Right.
rid of your student loans. You're getting rid of your car insurance. Well, car insurance is like always there actually. Let me do that a little bit. You know, college planning, that's done. You know, credit cards, you know, the goal is eliminate them, right?
Mm.
So that's how you really build your wealth. But the thing is that one thing is that if you really want to build your wealth, right, in the beginning, here's a question. You know, here's a question, Siaka. As you're building your wealth, what if something happens here? What if you're no longer here? What if there's no more money coming in? Then who's going to take care of your responsibilities?
It's gonna fall on you.
It's still going to be around, right?
Yes, it's gonna still fall on you, no matter
It's
what.
not. You're not even around anymore.
What do you mean around?
Not around. If you are around, that's good. But what if you're not even around and no money coming in? Don't you love your parents? Don't you love your children? Don't you love the house that you have?
Of course.
Right? Do you have money in places where it could protect your responsibilities? Do you want your responsibilities to become a burden upon the people that you love, or no?
No, it shouldn't be that way.
Don't you want to be making sure that your responsibilities are taken care of?
Of course.
Absolutely. So where do you have your money that will protect your responsibilities in case something happens?
In the fund.
What fund?
Emergency fund.
So you're telling me your emergency fund is going to pay for your parents, your children, your student loans, your mortgage right now?
Okay. How about a savings account?
You think is that enough to take care of your whole entire mortgage? Then why are you even bothered to get a mortgage?
Okay. How about investing? Investing it somewhere.
Investing is true, but don't you think that it takes time for you to grow your wealth too?
That's true. How about you let me know?
All right. Okay. Well, this is where it gets fun, right? Well, let me add that. Well, here we go. You know, we could have money in an account like what we talked about earlier. We could be having money in a, fixed account, like your money in a bank or savings, whatever. But you don't know what, it takes time for you to build your wealth, especially in a very low interest. Is that going to be enough to take care for your responsibilities?
No,
Probably not, right?
it's
Now
gonna
you
take too
also
long.
mentioned, oh, what about my investments? Right, your investments could be what? It fluctuates. It could be happening here, it could be happening here, it could be happening here. But I know for one thing sure, you're 19, you're 20 years old. Are you going to have $1 million? Are you going to have $5 million? Are you going to have $500,000? You have responsibilities. You got your parents, you got mortgage, you got, all that. Is that going to be enough now?
Right now, no.
Even 10 years from now, would it be enough?
Who knows? What if I might become a millionaire?
Oh, God. Oh, God. Okay. Well, this is where we're talking about. Let's be a little bit realistic. Yes, if you are going to be a millionaire, well, perfect. We'll grow and magnify your money even more. But if we're talking about, being conservative, and not conservative where there's no growth, we're talking about both, right? Well, how would you like to have your money in an account where first, in case something happens, how would you like to have let's say $500,000?
Yeah, that would be lovely.
As you are building your wealth, when you're young, when you don't have a lot of money, when you needed money the most, if anything were to happen, say example, something happens here, how would you like to leave this money for your family?
That'd be perfect.
How would you like to leave it for your parents or your children, or even pay off for your
Their education?
Education. You just don't want to leave burden.
Yeah.
Right? How would you like to have that? But more importantly, of course, nobody wants anything happen to you, Siaka. We want you to be healthy. We want you to be, living a good life, right? If nothing happens here, Siaka, how would you like to turn this into a what? Retirement money.
I would.
How would you like to take this money out for your retirement?
I would, but how would I do that?
And all the money, this whole time that we talk about the money that grows with interest is tax-free.
I would love that.
That's something that we show, Siaka. We're talking about diversify our portfolio here, right?
Right.
So you want to see how it would look like for you?
I'm dying to see it at this point.
All right. Okay. I'm gonna stop recording now because that's all I need.
Okay.
People
Okay.
want to know how I do it, so I